Hello, amazing women. All right. So, if you don't know who I am, my name is Leanne. I am the founder of Essentially Zenful. And I'm so excited to be here with you in this moment because something really amazing is happening in the world today. We are going through this rapid transformation where we are looking at truly what our life purpose is. We have been given this opportunity to reflect on what's important to us, right? After going through the pandemic, after, adjusting our lives in so many different ways, this has really shown us an opportunity to sort of dive a little bit deeper. You're probably at a state, especially if you're in my group and you're listening to me, you're in a state where you know that there's something more for you. You got that nudge, you had that voice within you that says, this isn't it, right? There's something more. And now you're looking for that clarity. And being able to recognize, like, what direction do I go in? Because if the whole world is open to me, then what steps do I take and what direction do I go in? So I'm here to talk to you just briefly, real quick training about the three mistakes people make when they are searching for clarity in their life purpose. So, who's ready to hear it, right? So they don't fall into that pitfall, into that hole of mistakes and prolonging their alignment with their life purpose, right? You're really going to want to listen to this so that you can avoid those things. So, number one is that we don't take the time. We don't take the time that is necessary to really give ourselves the time, again, to explore what is going on for us and what those possibilities are, and exploring what those passions are that we have that were covered up or pushed to the side for so long. And we don't give ourselves time to really explore our spiritual gifts and gain an understanding of what that means, what our gifts are, and our intersection of our spiritual gifts and our passions. That is our life purpose. So we're so used to putting other people on the front burner, right? We're so used to caregiving and putting others' needs before us. First of all, we're natural at it. Second of all, we've been conditioned to believe that it is selfish if we take the time, that everybody else's needs come before ours. So that is how we get stuck into this pattern of just not taking the time necessary to really give ourselves that room to explore and expand and get excited about all of these different opportunities. So that's number one. I don't know if anybody can relate to that, but I know I did, right? I was able to recognize how I put everybody before me. I put my family, my clients, especially my job, my career before everyone, just because that's what I thought I was supposed to do. And it wasn't until I was able to set aside the time intentionally to really gain that clarity. Not to mention, I had some guidance from my coach. So, being able to recognize that pitfall that we can get into, we always prioritize other people. It is time to put our life purpose and gaining clarity of our life purpose on the front burner. So, that's number one. Number two is that we can become, because of this, because we're always caregiving and we're putting others before us, we can get over busy. Now, I want to really identify this as part of our conditioned self, part of the conditioning that leaves us scattered, and we feel like we never have enough time to really dive deep into exploring what our life purpose is, right? A lot of times, what that is, not a lot of times, what that is, I'm going to call it like it is, ladies. What the over busyness is, first of all, is like, let's look at that badge of honor of just like, oh my gosh, look at how many things that I'm doing, right? We've been conditioned by society, by our family. I know for me, especially my family, the busier you were, the more, I don't know, the more you were looked up to, or I do know. I'm just trying to figure out the way to put it. It's like sort of giving the carte blanche. It's like, oh, if you knew how much I did today, then you would understand why I'm so snappy or I'm acting the way I am, you know? And this is something for us to look at, is that when we overbook ourselves, when we look at our schedule and we're just like, oh my gosh, I'm just so busy, there's so many other activities, and we start piling all these different activities on, and this is a way for us to hide out, right? We're coming forefront with looking at, oh my gosh, I have a bigger life purpose. And we can get fearful. Now, a lot of times we don't know that it's fear. Sometimes we do. We're like, oh shit, I'm not ready for that. But sometimes we don't. It's so unconscious that it's just like, of course, I have all these activities. I have the kids. I have, to take them to all these sporting events. And I'm not saying that's not accurate yet. It's looking at, well, what can we delegate? And a lot of times we don't delegate because of this over busyness. And this is seriously a way to hide out where you're more comfortable, where you don't have to explore, and you just sort of stay stagnant. And that's another mistake that we make and just getting into this cycle. And the last one is that we are not urgent enough about about aligning with our life purpose, about really exploring and aligning with it. There's no urgency behind it. It's like, oh yeah, I'll get to it. I'll get to it tomorrow. I'll get to it, maybe next year when the kids, are away at school, or I'll get to it, next month, right? Anybody else do that? It's like, oh, I'll start that later. Right? There's no urgency, which is crazy, because when we think about aligning with our life purpose, this will bring us more time and more joy and more to our life. I mean, if you think about it, if there was something that your kid could do, right? If they were able to engage in an activity or an exploration, a course or something like that, that was sure to bring them more happiness and more joy and more purpose to their life, would you be like, oh, they can wait? You guys can wait a year. Just wait a couple years and you'll figure it out. And, then we'll start looking at it. No, we would move our kids to the top priority like we always do. And we're like, all right, what do we have to do? I'll make sure that you get to that, whatever, like retreat 4 hours away. I'll drive every single day, 4 hours one way, 8 hours in the car. We'll do it. Oh, how much does it cost? That's fine. We'll make sure that you get your needs met. All right. I know I'm not the only one that has gone through that. And I'm calling it like it is, right? These are the mistakes that we make as professional women, and just women. So being able to recognize that you're doing that, why are you doing that for your child when you're not doing it for yourself, right? We're putting ourselves on the back burner again. We're not creating urgency in it, when actually, when we do align with our life purpose, it ripples out to the family. It ripples out to create happiness and joy and excitement. And I know that was one of my big whys. Why do I want to start my own business? Why do I want to empower women to release self-limiting beliefs and align with their authentic self so that they can step into their life purpose? Why do I want to do that? Because I have a 13-year-old daughter, and I want her to know that that's important, that this is possible, that anything is possible, right? When we are aligned with our life purpose, we are unlimited. This is just so amazing. So do it for your kids, right? It has been so cool to go through this experience, not just with my daughter, but with my two boys, right? So, creating urgency for yourself. So, if you find that you are stuck in any of these three mistakes, that we can get into when we are searching for clarity of our life purpose, again, number one, we don't take the time. Number two, we become over busy. Number three, there's no urgency. If you find that you are stuck in this cycle when you know in your heart, in your soul, you have been tapped on the shoulder that there is something more, then you are going to want to join me for my half-day virtual retreat on May 21st. And it is from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And we are going to be going through the steps of creating your life purpose, of gaining that clarity, where we have specific exercises that we are going to be engaging in all throughout that retreat to help you tap back into your inspiration, tap back into those passions, and really align with your life purpose. It's a day of healing, it's a day of rejoice, it's a day of alignment. So be sure to mark your calendars, create that urgency, create that time for yourself to fill your life, to have your most fulfilling life that again is going to just reach out to your entire family. So be sure to mark your calendars. You are not going to want to miss this. So I'm sending so much love and light to all of you ladies, and I cannot wait to see you on the 21st. Mwah.